Hello and welcome to What Time Watch Time, and today we are going to be looking at the Diggro DI02. This watch I've had since February, and at the time I was doing a lot of floor laying. That's kind of my trade, so I have put this one through its paces, shall we say. So let's just open up the box. This is how mine came anyway. Mine's slightly different, and I'll go over that in a minute. But here's the watch itself. A very nice looking watch, I will say. It's obviously got a full round display on there. But let's just take the watch out and put that there for a second. You also get, really awkward to get stuff out of the box, but we've got in here the charging cable, which is a magnetic type. So that just goes on the bottom of the watch, which I'll show you in a minute. It does work well. It's quite a strong magnetic connection, and a user manual which comes in various different languages. Basically tells you how to run the app and that type of thing as well. So obviously, because it's a smartwatch, so you can actually use it to receive messages and make phone calls and all that good stuff. Not that I actually use that, but again, I'll go over that in a minute. So put the box to the side, get this off of here. Now this runs a 240 by 240 display. It says it's HD LCD, but I mean it's okay for what it is. You can see on mine just there in my finger there's a slight nick in the. There you can see that quite good there. Yeah, that's why I bashed it, and it did chip the glass, unfortunately. It's got 128 megabytes of RAM, 64 megabytes of ROM. It's got a built-in speaker, so you can obviously use it as a Bluetooth device for making and receiving phone calls. It's got a vibrate function on it as well, so if you don't, because it will ring, it'll make an actual ringing sound when you get a message or a phone call, or it'll vibrate as well if you just want that on silent. Again, I'm going to talk about the vibrating part in a second. It's got no camera, you can't put a SIM card in it or a memory card either. Its dimensions are 47 millimeters in width. It's got a 54.6 millimeter lug to lug, and it is 11.6 millimeters in its sort of depth there as well. You'll see mine's got a different strap, and again I will go over that in a minute as well. It runs on Android and on iOS. Android is 4.4 and up, and iOS is 8.0 and up as well. And you can download a free app called Fundoware, and that'll connect it up so you can get all your notifications. It will do your monitoring. Obviously it can count your steps, it can do like a sleep monitor. Again, I'll go over that in a minute. And your heart rate sensor as well. So you can record all your information on there. You can see on the bottom, along with the charger ports, which I'll just, as we're here, I might as well stick that on and show you. So that just literally, if I get it the right way around, boom. And it is quite strong. Like I say, it does, you see, it does really want to be on there. It's pretty good, I will give it that. The back of it is plastic. They say it's like a zinc alloy on the front here. It's quite strong. I never really had any issues with that. You see it's not actually damaged on the face of it, just the glass, unfortunately. It's got different watch faces. You can't download any others. I think it's got 5, so we've got that one, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and back to that one. I tended to have that one on because it's nice and simple to see. Some of these, I mean, like this one here, it's a little bit much. It's meant to count your steps. Not very reliable, I have to say. It's not good at all for counting steps. You can walk for, you walk for 30 seconds. Sometimes it'll say you've done 12 steps, and other times it'll say you've done like 30-40 steps. It's a Chinese watch basically, so you're not going to be using this to be counting your steps or tracking yourself when you're doing a marathon. But the fact it's got a few different faces on, that's quite nice, and it does look nice, so I went for that one. personally. It's obviously got all your menu functions on here, so you slide it over. So you got a phone book, your dialer, so you can just click that and dial your numbers in. You press the crown there, it goes back. Notification settings, call logs. You can find your device, so your phone will vibrate if you lose your phone. Alarms, which they do work. Calendar. You got Bluetooth music, so if you've got music on your phone, you can play. If you wanted to, you could play music out of your watch. I don't know why you'd want to. Bluetooth camera, you have to download a separate app for that, so you could set your camera up over there, for instance, sit over here, press a button on here, it'll do a little countdown, take a picture. So I mean, that's quite useful. You got your Bluetooth settings, you got file manager, which I know used. Obviously that's count your steps on your pedometer. You got your sleep monitor. Now the sleep monitor, I don't know if it works because I have to charge this every day. It did say online that you may get two days of use out of it, out of a single charge, which you don't. It's got a 230 milliamp battery, and I could get the most. I mean, it's not terrible, it's not the worst I've ever had, but the most I can get out of it was 18 hours in a day. So if I took it off at 6 a.m, it would probably die about midnight. I normally take it off charge at say 7 a.m, and say by 1 o'clock it was done. But that's not too bad. I mean, this cost me £18 with delivery. It should have cost me £18 with delivery, but again, I'll go into that in a minute. You've got obviously a sedimentary alarm, your heart rate. You click on that, you click start, and it flashes away. And that seemed to work. The heart rate does seem to work. Voice control, I've never used that. It's mainly probably for iOS devices, rather, iPhone, rather than an Android. I've got Android. Stopwatch, you got the app download, so you click that, it gives you a QR code so you can download the Fundo app. You've got calculator. There's different themes, so just that's like an only black screen. You've got the one I used to use, it's got like little sort of, I don't know what it is in the background, and then a blue one as well. And then you've got your settings. You can change all your clock, your sound, your vibrate, your display, and everything else. You can change all the language and things as well. And then your motion. So this one does work. If I turn it off, if I can get it to do it. It's always awkward to do when you haven't got it on your arm. Come on. It does work on your arm, so you can just flip it up. You just flip it, and boom, it'll come up and show you what time it is. So that's one thing I did want on a watch, on a smartwatch, because it's so annoying having to keep pressing the button every time I want to look at the time, especially when I was floor laying. Sometimes my hands are covered in crap, and I don't want to be touching the watch all the time. So like, come on that time, yeah. So it would, there we go. So it comes on. Like I say, you'll notice this one, these normally come with a either a rubber strap that's got like red or green, or depending on what colour. I went for the black and red, like highlights on it, or the one I bought came with a metal strap here. Now this is why it should have cost me 18 quid, but it didn't. You'll see on the clasp here, the actual strap itself is obviously a rolled link. It's probably not, because it's black, it's probably not going to show up too well. See if I can get it to do. There you go. So it's a rolled link, as you'd expect for the money. Very rattly. It was the worst bit of the watch, is the strap. But as you can see on the clasp here, it should have a secondary. It's like a dual clip. So it should have a clasp that goes over here, and then obviously there's this one here. Yeah, so it should have a separate one here. That, after 2 days, the pin snapped off and made it a little bit unsecure. I mean, it's not probably going to go anywhere anyway, because there's obviously a lot of watches only have the two button clasp anyway. So I actually messaged, because I got this off Wish, I messaged them and said, look, I'm not too happy about this, can we work something out? And they actually just refunded me the full amount, which I wasn't expecting, but I mean, I got a free watch. So then I bought this strap here, which is actually, I think, meant for the Samsung S2 or S3. I actually had to modify it to fit by cutting these bits here down, because these were actually longer originally, to fit on here better. and put a rubber strap on. So I would recommend, if you get one of these, to get the one with the rubber strap anyway, or just buy one, because these, I mean, they're not great, to be honest with you. The links, I had to take the links out. They came out really easily. They weren't difficult to do at all. So overall, I mean, I didn't really use it as a smartwatch too often because the battery, if you connect this up by Bluetooth, obviously it doesn't use an NFC or anything like that, it's just standard Bluetooth. I could probably get maybe 6 hours out of it. So I tended just to use it mainly as a normal watch, and that was about it. And the heart rate monitor as well, which does work. I'm currently using the Pebble at the moment. As you can see, I'm probably going to do a video on that. I'm using the 401. If I put this on my wrist quickly, you can see what it looks like. I've got fairly small wrists. I haven't actually sized it. I need to size my wrist, but I'm guessing it's probably about a 7-inch wrist at the most. So if we go to the heart rate monitor and start it, there we go. So it's now measuring, and it'll come up in a second. Probably really low because it normally is 68. And what it will do, it will actually show you a history. So you can see there, you've got a history, and it's quite a long list. And if you've got the app, it will put it across. So you can see there, 10th of February, 7th of February. So I have been using this for quite a while. 13th of February. Yeah, so I have been using it for quite some time, this watch, originally, until I got my Pebble. But overall, I mean, for the money, they're now gone back up in price to about 30 quid. This is not worth £30 unless you just want a watch. To use as a smartwatch is going to be an absolute nightmare. It's going to do your head in. If you just want a watch that looks, I mean, it looks quite nice. I had quite a lot of people ask me about it, because it is a nice looking thing. If you can get it for around the £20 mark, which occasionally does come up, you can find them for 20 quid, it's okay. The other thing I forgot to mention, you'll see here, I've actually opened it up, because it used to vibrate. Now when I was floor laying, obviously it being on my wrist, I'd often be like, if I can do it like that sort of angle, you know, and holding the crown down with the top of my hand, and it would turn off and it would vibrate, and then I had to turn it back on, and that used to happen quite a lot. It's quite a pronounced crown on there, as you can see. Then after a month, because I always knew to turn my watch off because it would vibrate, and then after a month I look at my watch, see what time it was, how I was doing, and it was off. I was like, oh, the vibrate's not working. No, it didn't really bother me too much. And then after about another 2 months, it was rattling. So I was like, well, what's that all about? So I opened it up, and the vibration motor, which was sitting, I think it was on that side, whatever side it was, the little vibrating motor had actually completely come out of its solder and everything, and was just rattling around inside the watch. So they're not the best quality. It's not waterproof either, I will say that. Don't stick this in water because it's just going to kill it. I mean, obviously you've got a microphone hole straight away, so water's straight in there. It's obviously not a sealed back, it hasn't got any gaskets or anything, so don't ever put it in water. But like I say, if you just want a watch basically that's, you know, it's LCD and everything else, and you can get it for 15-20 quid, it's not a bad little watch, you know, to wear every now and then. I wore it for 4.5 months straight. It didn't really let me down, apart from, you know, as a watch, it didn't let me down. It did get a battering, and the only thing that happened was that little bit on the glass, which I could live with because it's a works watch. So yeah, overall, not bad, to be honest with you. It comes in a nice little box as well, doesn't it? So I know mine's a little damaged, but not too bad. Demonstrate, you know, it comes with you know, everything you need, to be honest, and it's nice you can change the straps as well. But yeah, that's everything about that watch really. So I gave it a good testing for 4.5 months, and a battering. Yeah, hopefully that'll help some people who are looking at these watches. Personally, get it cheap, don't expect too much, you'll be alright, basically. But anyway, I hope that helps. and also see you in the next one.